Welcome to Saturday Morning Talk Show, Spilling the Tea to Juliet G. It's every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. GMT time.
China. Party no dey stop when we pop. Yeah, we have plenty spending. Like it's nothing. Party no dey stop when we pop. Yeah, we have plenty spending. Like it's nothing.
Morning, everyone. You know what time it is. Yes, it's spilling the tea time. And guess who's going to be spilling their tea to Juliet G? This morning, I will be catching up with past guests for an update and find out what they've been up to when they were last on my show. So, it's another Super Saturday with STT2JG. So, let's start your way the right way for all you drivers out there. Is it just me? Or have you noticed there is a considerable amount, or in fact, a lot of potholes in the roads? Roadworks everywhere, and average speed limits popping up left, right, and centre. What's going on? I don't know. Please enlighten me. Tell me. For those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, welcome to Spilling That Tea to Juliet G, which will now become your regular Saturday morning thing to do. No matter what part of the world you are tuning in from, north, south, east, or west, and the surrounding counties. For the next couple of hours, it's your host, Juliet G, where I converse with real people and get them to spill that tea. And that's a T with a double E, and talk their truth. Now, I'd like to give a big thank you to my guest last week, Miss Tarisha Young, Relationship Master Coach, for sharing her expertise and making us aware of how one breaks free from clingy or needy behavior. But Teresa puts it so eloquently by referring to them as codependent. So don't let anyone Jedi you. Don't let them give you them Jedi moves, referring to you as codependent. They're basically calling you clingy. Anyway, Teresa will be back next month with another exciting subject matter, which we will let you know nearer the time. Whilst I'm on the subject of thank you to all the people that came on the live, and to Denzel Washington, aka Jeff Schumann, for being such a gracious co-host. Denzel is currently filming at the moment, but we could be possibly going Insta Live this coming Thursday. But look out for your socials for updates. Today is week 15 of the Coinage Crew Savings Plan. There are 4 ways you can save. Forwards, you're putting away £15, making a total of £120. Or you can save backwards, which is £38, making a total so far of £675. Or you can do it monthly and you can put away £114.83 for the month of April, making a total of £459.36. Or you can do an even amount of £26.50 every week, making a total of £397.50. However you choose to save, the end result will still be the same. So by the 30th of December, we will have a grand saving total of £1,378 in your personal kitty. Let's make a financial difference, and as my mum used to say, a small drop makes a mighty ocean. So I just want to play the voice note for the March winner of the young person that submitted their poem, and it is Roche Hope. She is 11 years old. Bear with people. She is 11 years old, and I want you to take a listen to this. Take a listen to this.
Have you heard of Black History Month? It's a celebration for all the black women and men from the past, all the people who weren't afraid to show their face and not hide it in a mask, all the brave people who helped our country, stood up for our rights, and didn't even stop, not even through the night. They saved our country, saved our lives, even through the tough times. Like when people would call them monkeys, call them names, because back then white people were playing games. People like Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and many, many more will stand up for our country and do what's right for our plight. For us, they'd put up a fight. For example, there was a time where black people couldn't sit at the front of the bus, but guess who changed that? Ms. Rosa Parks. Unfortunately, she got arrested because certain people made a fuss. Martin Luther King was a great brave leader. When he gave speeches, he was a powerful speaker, a passionate reader. People like him made a change because he had a dream. Some things have changed for the better, but a lot more work still needs to be done. Sadly, some people may still be dealing with racism, but let's keep it in the past. So if somebody brings it up, just say, oh please, don't even ask. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please vote for me, by the way. My name is Roche.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was Roche. And guess what? Hold up. Guess who I have on the line? Good morning. Oops. Good morning. It would help if I turn the volume up. Good morning. I was doing really well. Hello, Roche. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Did I wake you up a bit too early on a Saturday morning?
Yeah, a little bit.
How's school going?
Good.
And do you know why I'm calling you?
Right?
You don't know why I'm calling you?
No.
Well, remember you submitted a poem of yours to the
Yeah.
competition? Well, you are my March winner.
Really?
Yes, really. I'm not joking. So, well done to you. You have won a £15 gift voucher and a certificate, which will be on its way to you. And you are now in the running for one of the trophies. And you could possibly win a £50 gift voucher and a certificate for the head to head battle in December. Okay?
Right.
So remember, get your creative juices going because I'm gonna have a really good. I got to think of something anyway. I got to think of something. So, is there anything that you'd like to say before I let you go?
Um, thank you.
Would you like to say hello to anybody, or are they all in bed?
I think that will be in bed.
Well, you could still say hello. You never know who's listening. Maybe your auntie, uncle, cousins.
Okay, I just want to say hello to my cousins, Shavonte and Shyla.
Ah. Well, that was Roche, ladies and gentlemen. Roche, are you going to go back to bed now?
Maybe.
Okay, then. You have a good day, yeah?
All right.
All right, then. You take care. Bye.
Thanks. Too.
Bye
Bye.
bye. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Roche. And Roche is my March winner. Now, if you'd like to be a winner like Roche, let me remind you what you have to do in order to take part in the monthly challenge with a twist. There are 2 categories for primary and secondary school age children. All you have to do is to get your creative juices going like Roche did by writing either a story, a poem about anything of your choice, and I want you to voice note it to me via email, and the voice note shouldn't be longer than 3 minutes long. Each monthly winner will win a £15 gift voucher and a certificate, and at the end of the year, on the 23rd of December, all the monthly winners will battle it out to win a trophy and certificate and a £15 gift voucher, which will be decided by you, the listeners. Yes, it'll be decided by you, the listeners. So, you know what you need to do? You can do a spoken word, play an instrument whilst narrating your story, your choice. So make sure you send your full name and your age with your voice note to the email address stt2jg@gmail.com. And to get your entries in, the closing date for this month is the 29th of April, and the winner will be decided by you. So I hope it all makes sense. Just check out my Insta or Facebook for details. Now, just a quick information. Grief in the Black Community, Hush Harbour, is a free online event next Wednesday, the 19th of April, from 6 till 7. This event will be looking at Black funerals. Because of the sensitivity of the topic, the organisers ask that you make an informed decision when choosing to book. On Sunday, the 30th of April, Errol McKellar Foundation are hosting their annual charity event, Walk and Talk, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., which is going to be held at Gladstone Park in North London. So please go and support, because it's a worthwhile cause. Whilst I'm on the topic of fundraising and good causes, it's not too late to sponsor Sandra Smith, a previous guest, who is doing a mountain Snowdon Ranger Walk on the 26th of April. 26th of April this month. She is raising funds for 9 Red, a charity that helps socially disadvantaged groups, including victims of domestic violence. So, on that note, just one more thing before I forget. Have you heard the ad? I'm going to tell you something towards the end of the show, but I'll tell you later. Supreme FM will be celebrating 20 years of broadcasting, so we will be having a good old knees up. Well, there will be 100 free ticket giveaway for the first 100 people. So if you haven't been out in ages, this will definitely be the place to be. So listen out for details, because once the tickets come out, don't dilly-dally, just get on them. If your friends can't make up their mind, buy your ticket and come and make new raving friends and enjoy yourself. Be like me. Don't wait for people. At the end of the day, you were born by yourself. Unless you're a twin or a triplet or multiple, you were born by yourselves. On that note, I'm going to bring on my big sister to lead us in prayer. You take care.
Well,
Have you heard of Black?
Good morning, dear Lord God. Good morning, listeners. As we listen in again to my dear friend Juliet, as we spill the tea to Juliet G, may your peace cover us today. May your glory rest on all of us listening in today. May your anointing dwell in us today. May your mercy overshadow us today. As we listen in again to Juliet's guest, as they spill the tea, let us learn from their experience, because as I continually say, nothing is impossible with you. So in your mighty name, dear Lord God, continue to bless every listener that's listening into this program and sharing the experience of Juliet G's guest. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I lift this prayer up to you today while we listen in to spilling the tea to Juliet G. Amen.
There's no nowhere in the world greater than my love for you. You belong to me. I adore you. So don't hesitate to call me. I know sometimes you feel alone. You're all alone with no always. I'm always by your side. Oh, I see you every day, sending my love your way, sending my love, watching your every move, covering you with grace, All that I ask of you, talk to me every day. The bond is stronger when you know that I'll be right there. Look up to the stars, see no ending. Infinity is waiting for you. I'll hold to my promise. Just keep me in your heart. You'll feel
welcome back to Spilling That Tea to Juliet G on supremefmlive.ning.com. So if you are just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Without further ado, I would like to bring on my first guest, Mrs. Funmi Lawal, CEO of Clip-Knix. Welcome back, Funmi Layo. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
You are more
Thank
than
you for having
welcome.
me.
How are you?
Oh, fine. Thank you. It's been always a pleasure. Yeah.
Ah, bless you. So, for me, firstly, can you tell the listeners what Clip-Knix is? Because they must probably wondering, what is Clip-Knix? And why you established your company? Because there are some new listeners to the show.
Okay. It was founded in 2018 as a result of my previous stroke. I had a stroke in 2002, and that brought the idea to my mind that somebody needs this product because I couldn't bend, I couldn't stretch when I was recovering. So that gave birth to Clip-Knix. Clip-Knix is adaptive. It's got a patent front fastening underwear for women. It negates the need to bend or stretch. It can be worn sitting, standing, or lying down. It came about because between 2002 and 2018, I was ill again with dialysis and transplant business and everything. So I didn't get round to doing it until 2018, but it's making a difference in people's lives.
So, you said your product is patent, and you had a little run-in with the Kardashians.
Oh,
And you had a cease and desist order slapped on them. Tell us about it. Come on, you think I weren't doing my research? You think I wasn't watching? I'm watching, So
it's
come on,
funny
tell
you
us.
brought that up. It's funny you brought that up because
You was trying to put
Kim
it on.
Kardashian.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kim Kardashian launched on the skins a new product. She made it big and massive, and she had my patent violated. So I wrote to her personally. I did everything to contact schemes to bring to their attention that I have a patent for this product. So I wouldn't be able to do it if they were selling in US only, but I was able to do it because they were selling in UK. So I got a patent attorney to deal with them, to write to them, and result, they took the product out of the market. But they came back, backing and everything. So they're doing side now at Universal Designs. So I was wondering what happened to all the products. They couldn't have dumped it in the recycle bin.
No.
So that's what the situation right now. They're coming back with adaptive or universal, as they call it, universal designs, and that's where we are now.
Okay, so what else have you been up to since you were last on? You were actually last on my show on the 23rd of April, 2022.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Didn't realize.
Yeah. Very long time.
Yeah, it is a year. Almost a year.
So what's been happening? What's been happening with you?
Oh, I've been having a swell time. I've been on many. I've been on many podcasts. The Queen's Platinum, I made up in British colours and makeup and wear outfits in British colours, and I celebrated with the Queen. I did. It was fun. It was fun. We had fun.
What, the Queen before she passed away?
The Queen, yeah, the Queen's Platinum.
Okay.
It was 3 months before she passed away,
All
and
right.
then I attended UK Care Week in Birmingham. I was announced the finalist for She Inspires, but unfortunately I didn't win. But I got to the finals, and the Queen died. And I made a running commentary on Instagram. Took people around Buckingham Palace and everything.
Did you video it when you went?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I did.
were you allowed to?
It was, yeah. No, yeah, you're allowed to. Everybody did it. Everybody did it. Nobody was monitoring it. I walked from Green Park to the docks and Buckingham Palace, and it was all recorded. Myself being recorded I had the camera towards me.
Okay.
So that wasn't the problem. Um, then I was listed small business 100 small businesses in UK, which was I was very proud of.
Yeah.
uh, then we
Congratulations.
celebrated Purple Day. Purple Day is a celebration of disabled people in organizations, the organizations awareness and so I wore purple socks, and my family, my husband and my daughter, we wore purple socks and we took photographs, and it was all fun celebration of Purple Day.
Ah.
I was featured on Metro online
Oh yeah.
and Evening Standard print. There's a piece by Jonathan on Evening Standard. I was featured on Mirror Online. I was featured on Mail Online on Sunday. The icing on the cake was me going to Houses of Commons to give a speech about kidney disease. It was frightening. All MPs facing all MPs, it was daunting for me, but I did it.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Well
I
done
was on
you.
the front page of Kidney Life, which is kidney magazine distributed to every kidney patient present and past. And then I attended a reception for the female entrepreneur ISO.
How did you
I
get
also
invited to all these things? Did you invite yourself?
no. I just get called up.
Okay.
They see my Instagram and they see my Facebook and they say, "Oh, hello, we've seen your Facebook," and then some people nominate me. Hashtag I also someone nominated me.
Do you know who
The small
nominated you?
bees. So I never knew who nominated me. It must be someone I know or someone in the press. Usually it's the press that nominates you.
Okay.
They're quite impressed with your product and everything. And small business, you actually apply for small business 100. You tell them what you do, everything. So I sold myself very well and I made it. I spoke at NIDEX. NIDEX is a big event, 2 days for 2 days running in Birmingham. So I spoke about disability. I spoke about adaptive
So
in
you've been
general.
traveling around the place, really
Yes,
being a
I have.
spokesperson.
Yes, I have.
Fantastic.
People can't have enough of me.
No, they can't.
My head is swelling now.
Oh, please, don't let it swell so that you can get outside the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been wonderful. Yeah.
You've been really, really busy, and I'm so proud of
Yes.
you. You know.
Yes.
It's like, they say a small drop makes a mighty ocean, and
Yes, it
you are
does.
really doing that. You're growing
Yes.
from strength to strength, and
Yeah, I'm
people are
blessed.
seeing you. People are seeing what
Yes,
you're doing,
yes,
and you believe in
yes,
your
yes.
product, and that's the name of the game. It's believing in your
Yeah.
product. They might not see it straight away, but somebody will see it eventually.
Yes,
But just
yes.
keep on believing in yourself. Don't give up. As they say, you're not supposed to, follow the glory hunters. You be
Yes.
the glory hunt. You be the
Yes,
glory that
yes.
is being hunted.
Amen. Amen.
You
Yeah.
know. So well
Thank you.
done, you. Is there anything that you would like to say or add before I let you go?
Yeah, I was a finalist in innovative products for Federation of Small Businesses, which
Okay.
was high. I didn't know how I forgot to say that.
Well, neither did I. I don't know how you forgot to say that, because I'm sure you had a list of stuff there.
Yes. Federation of Small Businesses. It's for London and Southeast, and it's very prestigious. And I made a few contacts in top high.
And that's the thing, like, I'm sure that when you go to these places, people will connect with you. And you know what? You
Yes.
never know who is going to be there at a meeting or at an event, that you
I've
can
met
connect with.
so much wonderful people, and through my 1 year that I've been on the show,
Yeah.
I've met marvelous people and press and everybody. It's been good. God has been good. Yeah.
Amen. That's good. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to say, Ad?
I would like to thank my husband.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
like to
don't
thank my
forget your husband.
sisters, Remy, Tokwe, and Lara.
Remy,
And
Tokbe, and Lara.
Lara,
You have to say Lara because that's
if
how
they
they say it.
if they're
Lara.
listening,
They will
I
be
love you
listening,
all.
oh.
And my daughter, Amina.
Amina.
Mubarak has sadly died in
Oh,
2021. So
condolences.
wherever he is,
May
I
his
love
soul
you. I
rest in
miss you.
eternal peace.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
no,
and my friends that have supported me and believed in me, Lena, Betsy, everybody that supported Lighton. I can't name everybody, but they know who they are. They've supported me.
just
They've
say
believed in
everybody
me.
that knows me
Yeah, yeah,
so that people don't get upset.
yeah. Oh, you said it well.
Thank you so much for me, and
You're
I wish
welcome.
you all the best in your
Thank you so
business
much.
with Clip-Knix and all your
Yes,
endeavors. It's
yes.
upwards and onwards, definitely for you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
you know,
Thank you.
you take care
And
and
you too.
good luck.
Have a good show.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All the best. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was Funmi. And Funmi Lawal is the CEO of Clip-Knix. Yes, and she got the Kardashians to cease and desist. Yeah. Anyway, remember I said that I was going to say to you what happened to me about this Supreme FM advert. I was driving along on Thursday and I heard it for the first time. So I was driving along, and in fact it was Goodies show, and the advert came on. I was driving and I thought I heard my voice. So it says, "Hi, it's Juliet G." I thought, oh my God, did I put something on? Did I leave? You know, I don't think you guys realize how daunting this can be. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, as I was saying, I was driving and I heard my voice on the radio, but I didn't realize it was my voice. I just heard, "Hi, it's Juliet G." So I thought I had absolutely interrupted Goody's show. I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm dead. And then DJ Omar came in. I thought, oh, that's the ad. Anyway, it might not be funny to other people, but it was funny to me. Because if you know the hassle that I go through in the mornings, you'll understand. But anyway, it was just a little light information I just thought I'd bore you with. But anyway, never mind.
Thank you for my life. Thank you for another day. Thank you for my health. Thank you for another day. In the morning when I rise, I thank the Lord for keeping me alive. It ain't no goodness of my own. It's by God's grace I keep going strong. And I just wanna say thank you for my life. Thank you for my heart. Thank you for another day. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for
Welcome back to Spilling That Tea to Juliet G on supremefmlive.ning.com. If you're just tuning in, welcome and good morning. I am in conversation with past guests, I'm just catching up with what they've been up to since they were last on my show. And before we go to break, I want to bring on my next guest. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Yolanda Lear. Yolanda. Oops. Hold on. Good morning, Yolanda. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
I am very well, thank you. I had a bit of a headache yesterday, believe it or not. And my right eye was twitching. And then, you know what? I had to Google. And find out, why is my right eye twitching? Well, the good thing, I don't know whether it's a good thing, because like spiritually, they say that if your right eye as a woman twitches, it's not a good sign. If it's a man, it's a good thing. So, Ben, if your right eye is twitching, wink, wink, it's a good thing. But for women, it's not a good thing. And then they said it could be due to stress and anxiety. So, and then I had a headache. And I was like, oh, no, please, no. So, and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not hydrated enough. My lips are dry. Mm-hmm. So I know it was to do with the fluids in my body. I haven't got enough.
Yeah.
So I hydrated myself and I'm good to go. So how about you? What have you been up to?
I've been doing quite a lot since we last spoke anyway.
Okay, hold on. So Yolanda, you first came on my show back on the 6th of March, 2021. Tell us the name of your book, because, we have new listeners, and that must probably thinking, who is Yolanda? And how you went about becoming a self-published author. Yeah, because you are a self-published author, so that the new listeners know who you are. So just let us know. Go on.
All right. So my book is called The Journey to an Undefeated Mind, and it's about supporting people with their journey against mental health. It's inspired by my own personal journey and battles that I had with mental health. But the way I've written it is as if I'm talking to the reader or talking to the person and guiding them through each of the steps that I noticed that I was taking. So each chapter represents each stage on your journey, and then ultimately being able to unlock what I call the undefeated mind, which is ultimately just understanding the power of your mind and how important it is to have total control over your thoughts, your emotions, and that affects your actions and your quality of life overall. So I wrote that in 2020 when I was 25. It took me about 2 weeks to write it, which is why I know it was definitely something higher than myself. When I have a conversation about it now, it's like even myself, I go to the book and get wisdom. So I know it was bigger than me at that point. And I kind of procrastinated a while before I actually published it, which is one of my habits which I'm trying to break down, procrastination, because that's something that I do a bit too much. So I procrastinated for about a month or so before actually being able to release it. A part of it was not having the funds, so I wasn't even sure how I was going to do it, or just ultimately making up excuses and reasons why I can't, rather than looking at the reasons why I can. So I had to change the way I thought in that process as well, and it was like a mini journey for myself, just changing the mindset of I can do this, I can achieve it, this is what I'm capable of doing with the skill sets I have. And this is what I could do if I go out and educate myself a bit more, or connect with individuals who have a bit more experience in that field. So in that short period of time, that's what I did. YouTube was like my closest friend at that time, which is why I ended up self-publishing it, because I wasn't sure how to get a publisher. But doing my research, I noticed you can publish it on Amazon, KDB Publishing, and that's basically what I did. So I went on YouTube, and tried to figure out the process of actually being able to publish a book. So making sure the book is formatted properly, making sure I have a front cover, a back cover, just the general structures of having a book. And then after that, it was pretty straightforward on KDP, sorry. And then my cousin on my dad's side, who lives in Wolverhampton, they have their own publishing. It's more like graphics arts and publishing company. So I initially just went to them. They don't normally do books. They do more like leaflets, brochures, that sort of stuff. But they were able to support me in getting some printed out. And yeah, the journey just started from then.
Yolanda, we're actually coming up to that all-important community break. And when I come back, I just want you to just touch on how difficult it was for you, okay?
All right.
All right, then. Welcome back to Spilling That Tea to Juliet G on supremefmlive.ning.com. If you're just tuning in this morning, welcome. And I am in conversation with past guests for a catch-up and find out what they've been getting up to. So I have my next guest on the line, Yolanda Lear. Welcome back, Yolanda. So you was telling us about your self-published book.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't smooth sailing for you, though, was it?
No, it definitely wasn't. As I was mentioning, there was still like a lot of learning that I had to do to understand how to be able to publish it. And I had a set date in mind that I wanted to publish the book, which was the 29th of November. And that date's significant to me because a year prior to that, I actually had a fire in my house on that day.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Thank you. And it was a weird one. I laugh now, but it was a weird one because early that morning, I had a doctor's appointment. So for most of that week, I just wasn't feeling well, but couldn't, like, no one could figure out, what it was that was affecting me. So I had a doctor's appointment that morning. And while I was at the doctor's, I got a call, basically from the police, saying that they're at my doorstep. There's been a fire in my house and they had to break in order to stop it.
Oh, wow.
When I had to basically just rush from the hospital. I was still waiting for a blood test, but I had to rush back from the hospital to my house. And when I saw the actual, like, the after effects of the fire, I could see that the fire, it was just in my bedroom, but it was just in a corner of my room. It didn't spread throughout the room. It just stayed in that one area, which was, to me, was really weird.
Yeah.
And to this day, they don't know what caused the fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that, I ended up having to stay in a hotel for about 4 months while they fixed up my house. And as I came back to my house, this is when basically the lockdown kicked off. So I went from being in a hotel, not really having an opportunity to have proper food because there was no ovens or anything which I could cook. So I'm in there for 4 months basically just eating nonsense and rubbish. And then I don't know if you remember that time period, everyone was going crazy. So they were buying toilet papers.
Oh
They were
gosh,
just
you don't need to tell me.
so me now coming back to my house after not being there for 4 months, not having no shopping. That was also a difficult period because there was nothing in the shops for me to be able to stock up my house, and financially I wasn't in the best position as well. So it was a rough period at that time. But it was a few months after that that I actually wrote the book. So knowing that it was a year, almost a year anniversary of the day I had the fire, and that day was also the night of one of my uncles who had passed recently, that time period as well. So I wanted to basically just mark that day with just a more positive memory, and have obviously the book being released on that day as something that signifies a new start, a change, a new season in my life.
Good.
So yeah, so I was basically trying to upload it like early hours just before it hit the 29th, and they no took it took me like 3 or 4 tries to actually be able to upload it, because they were telling me about measurements needed to be changed. So I had to contact the person who designed the book, and thankfully they were available at the time to be able to quickly change it. So I had basically, on when you upload it, it tells you it could take about 24 hours for it to actually go live.
Yeah.
So I've done all of that, thinking, alright, cool, could take 24 hours, but hopefully it's quicker than that, and it actually comes out on the 29th. I think it ended up coming out a couple hours before the 29th, to be honest, because it went, like, after the third time, it went through pretty much straight away. There wasn't really a long process of waiting for it to be uploaded, but that was a journey that I had to go through to actually upload it. And yeah, thankfully I was able to do that in and around the hours of when I wanted it to happen, which, as I said, for me that signifies a new season in my life. But to give like just a little bit of insight to those who probably haven't heard me before, my journey before that, so literally the year before I had the fire in my house, I was living in temporary accommodation. So I was living in temporary accommodation for about a year. And then prior to that, I had just lost my older cousin to cancer and my grandma to cancer, all within like 9 months of each other. So that time period alone, I lost more people prior to that, but that time period really did mentally throw me. So I was when I was in temporary accommodation, it's my first time really just being alone. And I'm a very deep thinker, so I was thinking about everything while I was there. But that was my healing process, being in that space. As much as it was difficult going through it, it needed to happen. So I went through every emotion, every trauma that's been playing out in my head, and I just learned how to heal myself in that time period, which I guess gave me the tools to be able to write the book. But I had no intentions to write the book. It just happened. Literally just happened. Like, I think I told you this story, but I was sleeping, and I would probably say the first paragraph or so of the introduction of my book came to my head, and I do spoken word as well. So initially I was thinking, okay, is this a poem that I'm gonna be writing, or like it's too good not to do something with it. But the more I was thinking about it, I didn't want to break it up into a poem. I felt like it was already structured the way it needed to be. So I just wrote it down, and from I wrote it, I just continued to write, like, naturally. I wasn't really thinking about what I was gonna write. It just came naturally. And I remember sending, like, the introduction, but at the time I had it as chapter 1. I remember sending it to one of my work colleagues and asking them if they can read it and like let me know if they think I should continue and push it out as a book. But by the time they got to me, which was probably like a day or two later, I was already on chapter 4. So in my mind already, I just knew that this was something that I had to do and push out there.
So Yolanda, since George Floyd's passing, you've been extremely busy. You've been, tell us what you've been doing.
Alright, so besides from my book, I work for a social action group called Account Hackney, which is a youth-led police monitoring and scrutiny group. For a while, we was currently focused in Hackney, but we've actually gone independent within the last like 3 or so weeks. We've transitioned into going independent, where we want to focus more on a national basis. But with that, what we've done is we released a research report where we focused on stop and search statistics within Hackney, how it generally affects young black men growing up in Hackney. We interviewed quite a lot of young black men within the area. They spoke about their experiences, and we basically just put that all together in the report. So the report's got a mixture of statistics, it's got a mixture of statements, poems from our youth leaders in there, and one from myself as well. And from that, we was doing a lot of scrutiny meetings with senior police officers locally in Hackney, basically just trying to hold them accountable for their actions, and done a lot of protests as well. So a few of our members, you would have seen them at some of the protests, and I think from then most of our work came when the child Q incident happened. So even though we was doing a lot since George Floyd, we was putting a lot of scrutiny on, we was doing a lot more community work since the child Q incident. And in Hackney we call her Queen Q, so we don't really like the idea of labeling her just child Q. So when that incident happened, we held a community meeting in Hackney, which had about 150 people, majority young people, in that space, and we got them to focus on healing and justice and what it is to them, and what do we need to do in order to get justice, and what do we need to do in order to heal as individuals and as a community.
Can you give us an example of what we need to do as a community and what we need to do? Just give me one example.
Yeah. So off the back of that particular meeting, one of the things that was said was intergenerational conversations need to be had a lot more.
And can I just ask, how can we do that besides just asking? Because when as grown-ups, we, in fact, we're all grown up, but I mean, as the next generation, and then we come to you and ask you something, it's just a either yes or no answer. How do we overcome that? Because sometimes talking to young people is like knocking your head against a brick wall. You know, sometimes you
Yeah,
feel like they just don't want to talk to you, and like you're
yeah.
invading their space. So you feel like that hostility. So how do we, as
Um, I mean, there's a lot that can be spoken about regarding that, because often or not, though, it is down to the insecurities of young people.
okay,
Um, them not necessarily trusting that you have their best intentions, even though
what you
like
mean
you might blatantly be telling them.
what you mean the adults?
Yeah, so the young people not trusting that the adults might have their best intentions.
Oh, really?
Um, there's a mixture of, obviously I can't speak directly
Yeah,
for individuals, but
yeah.
as a collective,
Mm,
these are some of the things that I've noticed.
mm-hmm.
Um, and that's based on their experiences, whether that's in school, whether that's through the police system. They might have other negative experiences with adults in their life,
Mm,
which is obviously going to cause them not to trust other adults when they do come along.
yeah.
Um, some of it is just them being 100% insecure within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm feeling very insecure about anything, and someone comes and tells me something that I could do to improve,
Mm,
my guard is gonna go up, because I'm already feeling a certain kind of shame. I'm already feeling low about myself.
mm,
So there's that element as well that is obviously gonna affect them.
mm-hmm.
And then there's some stereotypes that the older generation will openly say, and some of it is based on truth, but some it's like overly played, or the fact that like you hear a lot of the older generation saying, "Oh, young people are so hard to reach."
Yeah.
Some are, but then it's the approach in which you approach them,
Okay.
which is more. And I'm not saying you don't, and I'm not saying a lot of older people
Mm,
don't, but it's understanding the traumas that young people have
mm,
gone through, and also how much they're exposed to things on social media, for instance.
mm,
They've had to grow up before their time,
mm,
just based on things that they faced as young people, um, things that they see on social media, and then they get to a point where they feel like they know everything
mm,
because they've seen everything.
mm-hmm.
Um, so then it's like, who are you to tell me otherwise? Because this is what I'm seeing.
Mm,
We're not really exposing a better life for our young people. There's literally so much that can be said, but what I've found for myself personally,
mm.
it's just the approach and the consistency of the approach.
Okay.
So you could say it to them once, they might shrug you off,
Mm,
and a lot of the older generation will probably not go back to them because of that hard shoulder that they or the cold shoulder, say, that they've shown you.
mm,
Um, but when you're consistently going to them, it might feel like you're nagging them at first,
yeah.
and they may feel like they're being nagged and harassed at first.
Mm,
But the more you show them I care, the more you show them I actually see you
yeah.
and I do love you as an individual,
Mm,
you would see a different side to the young people. They've always got a guard up because of the life,
mm,
how life is now.
mm,
So it's about the patience to be able to knock that guard down and show them you can trust me.
mm,
I do love you. I do see you as an individual,
mm,
and I'm willing to listen. Sometimes it's not just talking to them; it's just listening to them.
mm. Yolanda, I am
Hmm.
so number one, conscious of time, but I'd
Yeah,
also like you to come back because
yeah,
you're actually going to be wearing a different hat, and
yeah,
I think that we should explore this. We should unpick this a bit more because what you're
no,
saying is very
definitely.
valid, and I know there's lots of adults or next generation, as you like to put it,
Yeah,
the older generation, the geriatrics out there. I know some people are cussing, but anyway, there are some older people listening, and communication is really important.
hmm,
And we need to come together. And the only way that we can come together is by talking. Yeah.
of
I'm a
course.
person, I
Yeah,
like solutions. I like bringing putting the dots and joining it together. When I used to, I didn't come from a rich family, so we used to play dot to dot. Do you know dot to dot?
Yeah, of course.
And you used to join the dots, and you got the squares and what have you, and you put your initials. And the funny thing was, we was all J's. So you can imagine what that looked like. Anyway, I digress. But, I'd like you to come back another day. We're going to arrange something for you to come back, maybe with some other people from your organization, and let's talk. And then maybe we'll go Insta Live as well, and we can talk, because we can talk for hours.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that what you're doing is really commendable, and thank you so much for coming back and letting us know, because as you were talking, my light bulbs was just flashing in my head. So since you were last on, and I wish you all the best, and we will talk, okay? And I definitely mean that. Is there anything that you'd like to say before I let you go?
I would probably just say follow us on account on Instagram, so you can follow us at Hackney_account. We'll be doing a lot more stuff about like teaching young people know your rights. You can check out the conference that we had recently, again with about 150 young people. Intergenerational.
What was you called on Instagram?
It's account Hackney_account.
Okay. Account.
Yeah.
Okay. Rightio, I've got that. IG Hackney_account. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, Yolanda.
Thank you for having me.
The pleasure was all mine. And we will talk, yeah? I'll talk to you.
Definitely.
Okay. You take care. Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah.
Stay blessed.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow. That's Yolanda Lear. And I will be bringing her back on a future date. So as they say, watch this space. I'll be back after the break. Did you listen to the advert? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Welcome back to the last segment of Spilling That Tea to Juliet G on supremefmlive.ning.com. I am in conversation with past guests and catching up with what they've been getting up to since they were last on the show. And all I can say was wow. And how important it is for us, that generation gap. We need to not build that block. We need to bring the space in. In fact, there should be no space. Our children should be comfortable, no matter what they're going through, should be comfortable to come and talk to us. Because if they can't come and talk to us, who are they supposed to talk to? Now, let me get off my high horse and let me bring on my last guest. As it's the last segment of the show, I'm going to bring on Sharon. Hold on. Sharon.
Fevrier.
That's it. Fevrier. You knew I was stuck on that, innit?
I knew from last time.
Yes, I've got it. Sharon Fevrier. How are you, Sharon? And welcome back to Spilling That Tea.
Thank you so much, Juliet. Nice to speak to you. And thank you so much for having me on your show today. And hello to the listeners also.
Welcome back. Did you hear the last listener? Guest.
Yes, your guest. Yes. And I can relate to a degree, because I remember an incident where my child was at school, and in a history lesson, the teacher felt that it was appropriate to use the N-word, believe it or not, history. Yeah, so obviously my daughter was quite distressed about this. And me being the person that I am, I had to make sure that there was some change within the school.
Absolutely.
What I found at the time was that within the senior leadership team, there were no representations of black people at all. Everybody was just Caucasian, and it didn't reflect the school community. It didn't reflect the amount of children, the population of the school. And they were almost going to sweep it under the carpet. But how can you sweep it under?
Hello?
Use that word? And they were using that word, and they were making fun of the one or two black people within that class, including my daughter, and I wasn't having it. So
Too right and all.
me being me, I said no. Okay, what we're going to have to do if the children are starting to use it, to me, you're using racist words, racist slurs, and as far as I'm concerned, this is criminal activity. And what was going on thereafter was criminal activity. I called the police.
Good for you.
Now, much as we don't trust the police, I was hot on it. I mean, I work in education, so I pretty much know what we need to do to make some changes, and pointing out that actually there's not a true reflection. And who do the children go to at school when there's an issue?
Exactly.
Now, I was fortunate enough that there was a beautiful, kind soul, a teacher within the school, and my daughter gravitated towards her. When she got really upset about the situation, she gravitated. And it was that lady that kind of said, look, we were just kind of struggling with the situation. And so I was like, no, my daughter she has to go to school to learn. Yeah. Why is she going to school to encounter difficulties, racist slurs? And it was all sparked off by a teacher using that word in a history lesson. There are other ways, and there are other, what happened in the end, they ended up changing the curriculum. They ended up having more teachers of a minority, if you like. They had more teachers that reflected the population of the school, more senior leadership. Even the head teacher ended up being a black person.
Oh, wow.
The head teacher at the time left. The deputy head teacher also left. Somebody also went through some kind of disciplinary because they didn't believe and take my daughter seriously. Well, changes have been made. They're considering where we are, where I live, they didn't even, acknowledge Stephen Lawrence Day. Now they do. So there have been changes within the school, and that I'm really happy about. But it's important, us as parents, that we stand behind our children and we encourage our children 100%, because some people would just sweep it under the carpet. Oh, no, they get over it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I remember another incident when my daughter was at primary school and they were celebrating Black History Month. They had my child on stage, believe it or not, had her on stage with the rest of her class, all dressed like they were picking cotton, turning around, digging holes in the ground, picking cotton. That's what they were doing. And I was the only black person that stood up and said, hold it a minute. No, I'm not having that. Why on earth would you have my daughter on stage as a slave? Are you mad? So, again, changes were made. But like I said, if we don't speak up, they'll just carry on and think that it's okay. And I couldn't believe I was the only person that piped up and made noise about
but
it.
you do realize that there are people that don't feel comfortable, don't feel confident. Yeah, they don't feel confident, and they need other people, because it's like politics, people go into politics because that's what they want to do. So, and you put your faith in them. But I don't even think that's a really good analogy to be using a politician anyway. But,
it takes one voice.
Yeah. But, my thing is that, we do need to stand up for our young people. I mean, I don't have any young people at the moment, but, at the end of the day, it's the youngers that are coming up You know, as I'm getting old, I'm going to be depending on them. So I need to be nice. Not only that, not only that, but I mean, that's just me anyway. I like to join the dots. And as I said to Yolanda, I will be speaking to her and her people. As they say, I will get her people to speak to my people. And then we will have a good conversation. Anyway, Sharon, since you were last on the show, you was on the show on the 13th of March, 2021. Gosh.
Wow.
Yes, some time ago. So what's been
Yeah.
happening? What have you been up to? Any more books in the pipeline?
Well, so my book is Blossom Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Blossom Tree, Love Burn Rise by Sharon Fevrier. And so just to give your listeners a little bit of you know, background. So it's a book I published in 2018, 15th of March 2018. So it was around the anniversary, and now we're here again. I've had another anniversary. I've had 5 years of the book being out now. Blossom Tree is about a young person who embarks on a relationship. She has sickle cell. So I think what's interesting about the book is that you have it from the perspective of somebody who has sickle cell, who gets into a relationship, and it reflects on how stress in life, if you like, stress in the body can really manifest in different ways. And for her, it did manifest in different ways. And she goes through a journey in the relationship as it becomes toxic. And it's about how she managed to negotiate life with a toxic relationship with a partner who was, causing her most grief and stress. How she manages to negotiate out of that situation to become free. Really, it's about an exit plan. And sometimes when we talk about domestic violence, straight away people think, okay, it might be violence, but actually, what about the emotional trauma? What about the financial trauma that you might encounter in a relationship if you feel that somebody could be abusing you? We don't always think about that when we're in situations. It's only when you're an outsider looking in, then you think, hold on a minute, this person was really not treating a particular person very well. And so it was a journey within the book. And I wrote it in order to highlight sickle cell, domestic abuse, but also perseverance and independence, being stronger. That title, strong, has been used far too often for us as Black women, as unfortunately is how I feel, because we're not always strong all the time.
No.
We are not.
But
we cry too.
But the thing is, we
Black
have
women
to
cry
be.
too.
We have to be, because you have to be strong for your children. You have to. The minute it's like you have to wear that coat of armor. The minute you leave the house, you've got to be strong for your children. You've got to provide for your children. You've got to wear so many hats.
Yes, we
You've got to
do.
wear so many hats.
And we've also got to use masculine energy that actually sometimes we just
we
want
don't
to
want to
exist. We want to exist sometimes in our feminine energy,
but we
and
can't.
really, because we have no choice, because the person who's supposed to be there, or we would hope would be there, isn't there,
you down.
and therefore we've got to roll up our sleeves and do what we need to do. But it's true that we need to focus sometimes on the things that have to be done. We have to be functional. We have to be emotional. We have to be the teacher. We have to be the provider. There's so many different titles and hats that we wear, but we have no choice. We have to. But so that was Blossom Tree. That was what kind of inspired me to kind of raise awareness of sickle cell and some of the difficulties. But it's a fiction book, and it's fast paced, and there's drama in it. There's drama, and I really enjoyed writing the book.
Where can people purchase your book, Blossom Tree?
You can purchase Blossom Tree on Amazon. So I have it there. Also, if people DM me, they can get a signed copy. You can DM me on Instagram, and my handle is ms_Sharona. So Sharon with an A on the end, ms_Sharona. But also it's on the Conscious Dreams website. So the publisher's Conscious Dreams Publishing, and they have a website where they have books. So they sell the books from the website. So that's also a place where you can pick up the book. Also, it's on Kindle. So you can get your copy on Kindle as well if you like to have your books on your device while you're on the train or whatever, not while you're commuting. The book is there also. So, but since we last spoke, well, I guess COVID has happened, and in my line of work, I work in special educational needs. It has been hectic. It has been manic. I'll tell you why. It's because through COVID, while COVID was happening for those last couple of years, and people were going through lockdown, young children, babies, 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, they weren't socializing in nurseries. They were at home with their moms, dads, whatever, the family members were looking after them. Maybe they didn't have children around them. Then all of a sudden they were put into a situation of being in a nursery. And then it was identified that they were struggling, whether it was being in a nursery, the end tail of being in a nursery, or the beginning of being in reception, year one at school. And they were struggling to interact, communicate, and it was apparent that actually lots of children ended up having social communication difficulties. So I work in SEN, and schools and nurseries were making lots of referrals for children to have an education healthcare plan because these children were really struggling in school. So work has been absolutely really, really busy. And it has taken my focus, because if I'm sitting at the computer all day long, working, writing EHCPs and supporting young people and finding out that school placements weren't working out, so trying to manage that situation. The last thing I wanted to do at the time was sit at the computer and write, because I'm partially sighted. So the idea of using my eyesight throughout the day and using my eyesight in that way throughout the evening as well, it was just a challenge. So I found that I kind of lost my mojo, because I was fully immersed in the amount of work I had to do. And then, I've lost my mojo. But
you'll get it back.
Oh, no, it's come back.
Okay.
It's come back. I've just kind of refocused and rebalanced. And I took some time out for myself, and I thought, hold on, Sharon, what is it you want to achieve in life? What is it you want to do next? Because I'm always driven by a goal. Something always, in the end, gets me. So whether it's writing a book, or whether it's, my next thing I want to do is a course in diversity and inclusion. It's a big thing, isn't it? It's everywhere. No matter where you are in the world, no matter what radio show you put on, no matter what you watch on the news, there is something about diversity and inclusion. And I feel if I'm having lived experiences, not only me having sickle cell, but also having a visual impairment, of course, there's a lot that I can talk about with regards to, diversity and inclusion. So if I have lived experience, if I have work experience, if I've written a book and it also has, issues relating to diversity and experience, why don't I just put have a course underneath me, underneath my belt? And therefore, if I have a course, I feel like I'll be more marketable and be able to support people in order to kind of get what they need out of life, but also help people to kind of find their words. Because what I'm finding now is that we have to be much more careful with the words that we use to describe a situation, to describe, how we feel, or other words that we can use to make an impact that is inoffensive. And many people are still using very offensive words and language in order to get their point across. It's not benefiting anybody.
Sharon, I am very conscious of time. Thank you so much for coming back, with your other guests, Funmi, Lawal, CEO of Clip-Knix, and Yolanda and yourself for coming back and updating us on what you've been getting up to since you were last on the show. And it's so nice to hear what you're doing and what you're intending to do. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. And I'll come back when book number 2's out.
Hey, amen to that. So you take care.
Thank you, Juliet.
I will speak to you very soon.
You too. All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.
That was Sharon Fevrier. Hey, I got it right. And on that note, keep it supreme with me, your host, Juliet G. Guess what? Next week, I am going to be in conversation with Supreme FM's newest radio presenter, Anz. Yes, she will be telling us all about herself, her project, and her men's talk show on Supreme FM. You know what? I can't wait. I can't wait. Yes. Like I say each and every week, you don't want to miss this. So set your alarm clocks from now. Coming up next, we have Martin J till 12 noon. And from 12 noon to 2 p.m., we have La J. And 2 till 4 p.m., we have TLC. And 4 till 6 p.m., we have DJ Lee. And 6 till 8 p.m. we have WJ Goodgroove, and from 8 till 10 p.m. we have TJ Sting in for Lloydie Banks, and from 10 till midnight we have DJ Squeaky, and from midnight to 2 a.m. we have Uncle Nuts until he says so. That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the DJ presenter lineup for this Saturday and Sunday morning on your number one community radio station, Supreme FM. As always, thank you to each and every one of you, whether you be a first-time listener or a regular listener. Thank you for spending the last couple of hours with yours truly. Stay tuned and be prepared to be fully entertained with the rest of the presenters for Super Saturday on Supreme. If you're not already following me on the gram, it's Spilling the Tea to Juliet G, where you'll get show updates, notifications when I'll go Insta Live. So I might even go Insta Live this coming Thursday. So it's the same time next week for your Saturday morning fix. Remember, tomorrow is not promised, so love and appreciate the people who are in your life, as you have no business worrying about those that aren't. First and foremost, look after yourself and be kind to others. It takes a village. Let's build our village and be kind to one another. Have a blessed day, have a safe day, and make it a memorable day. Whoever you choose to spend it, just enjoy.
I could talk to you for hours and never be bored. You deserve a champagne shower and so much more. I wanna give you everything. I wanna give you all my time. I could buy you jewelry rings. It's been on my mind. Whatever you need, I just want to give it to you. Oh, whatever you feeling, just know I'm feeling the same way. I'm the kind of guy who loves you. I'm the kind of man that wants you to stay. The kind of guy to hold you. The guy that you like, the lover. I have always known that you would be the one for me. I've always known just what you like. just what you need. I know what you want, baby. How you do the things you do to me remains a mystery. Kind of guy who loves you, kind of man that wants you to stay, kind of guy to hold you, kind that you like. I love her. I'm the kind of guy, yeah, kind of man that always wants you close to guy, kind that you like. I love her. Did I tell you how much I thought of you today? Hey, baby. I was thinking we should pack a bag and get away, far away. If you like the way it feels, baby, we can do this every day. You should stay, baby. I got everything you want, anything you need. Tell me your desires. I'm here to please. Kind of guy